Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast. Me, Peter Crouch, Notorious SID, Stiff,
cool,
Notorious SID, and Chris Stark with me as usual. How are you feeling? Not moving great still after the marathon?
No, Stiff. Stairs are a problem. Going downstairs, but I've got to say it's well worth it. Best thing I've ever done. Incredible, brutal in parts. Every runner has got their own story, and it was actually makes you proud to be like British, like to be a Londoner as well. It was just
really,
the best thing.
That good.
Like
really.
honestly, someone said to me the other day, was it too hot? And it was, but I wouldn't have swapped the heat and the crowd for it to have been like 5 degrees less, raining possibly, and have less crowd. If that makes sense, I'd rather the heat and have like I can't tell you from the start line to the finish line was just stacked of people.
Well, look, we've got to say a massive congratulations
actually,
on what you've done.
I've got it here.
He's brought the medal in.
Oh, he did bring the medal in. That's a proper medal.
There we go. Look, have a little
look at that.
Have a little go with that. And I've got the jersey. I got the jersey that are running, and just quickly because I got the family's name.
Oh, look at that! It's got all the family on the back.
I got the family on the back, and I wrote in the morning.
Regards to your family.
Regards to your family there.
Look at that.
And it was a Chumbawamba from me, so I think it's right that it stays in the Chumbawamba.
You've done so well. We got this
100%, mate. We'll get it up there. That'd be brilliant.
We got this lovely message from Rory. Says, "Hi lads, just a message to Sids after running the London Marathon. Had to send a message. After being a day one listener of the podcast and finding out you were in the London Marathon, Sids, my girlfriend also running gave me the perfect excuse to show my support of the pod. I saw you and without hesitation shouted, 'Back stronger, Sids,' which was met with a smile and a thumbs up. Made my day. Cheers, mate, and congratulations. You smashed it."
Brilliant. There you
How
go.
nice is that? Did you get a lot of support from the podcast
Honestly,
community as you were running around?
From the crowd, loads. And then I've got videos on my phone. I'll show you. I'm doing a video as I'm running, like whatever. I'm 10k in, and this is great. And someone's going, "Back stronger," and then I go, "Yeah, mate." And he goes, and he takes his earphones. And he goes, "I'm listening to you now. I'm listening to the pod." How good's that during the London Marathon?
I think quite a lot of people were. I saw quite a lot of messages from people saying that the podcast was helping power them around. But fair play to you if you did run the London Marathon, or the Manchester Marathon was on this weekend as well.
Yep, yeah, it was.
God, fair play. I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
Yeah, I won't do it again. I don't think.
Really?
I don't know.
You know, I mean, listen, we did a live stream last night, and if you're not on the live stream vibe that we may or may not do again, it was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was good.
It was a lot of fun. We were in the Chumbawamba. We did the PSG Arsenal game, or the Arsenal PSG game.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? We had a few beers. Brilliant. We spilled over and carried on for a little bit longer as well.
Good debrief.
But while we were doing it, John Terry and Bobby Zamora gave you a call live on the stream.
They did, yeah. Yeah, JT.
And he was catching up on how he felt on the marathon. He's in bits as well.
His nipples were sore, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, he's...
that was the headline, I think.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. He did cream them before.
Chafing nipples. Do you feel like do you need to cream before you run the marathon?
I don't.
Do you not?
No, I'm like I'm like an otter.
Oh yeah.
Smooth as an otter. Smooth an otter's tongue.
It's funny.
Wet as an otter's pocket.
You are smooth. So you don't sort of wax the hairs off your body.
No, he's like a dolphin.
No.
You never noticed, genuinely, like he's a dolphin everywhere.
That's funny, that, isn't it?
Steve Smoothwell.
Yeah. Steve. Yeah.
Slips well.
Steve trims well.
This is going to start off now, isn't it? So they done a FaceTime. Bobby, I think when he coaches at Brighton, because he lives in London, I think he stays halfway and he goes to see JT. So they was at a Chelsea game, but I believe he's going to do it next year, John.
Really?
I think so.
On the live stream, Crouchy really enjoyed doing that. Hopefully some of you listening caught it. But also we just kind of threw it out there, didn't we? We did it for the first time. It was good fun. Definitely things that we can do next time to build it up.
It's one of those, like when we concoct CrouchFest and it was like, it starts with a silly idea and then it just grows and grows and grows into whatever CrouchFest was in the end. It was an unbelievable night out for all of us, really.
It's just Gogglebox, basically.
I feel like that. The Watchalongs, they've got legs. There's something big we can do. I mean, I can envisage Boxpark for a big match. halftime shows you came up with, Chris.
I
we'll have
think we could
Kasabian doing a halftime show. We're watching a big match. It's going to be
get
big.
There, Crouchy. I think even, we discussed the idea of maybe Nick Knowles coming and performing for one of the halftime shows. I think, it can all develop and build. And does it just have to be football? This would be my thing. If we are going to do a watch along, we played the Antiques Roadshow theme tune the other day. What's stopping us doing an episode of Antiques Roadshow all together?
Yeah.
Fire up the cameras, big watch
Fire
along
up the
sort of
cameras.
thing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a great shout.
could be anything, couldn't it?
I enjoyed it. I loved it. What was it? 3 hours? Was we about 3 hours? Mate, it flew by, didn't it?
Well, we were
Loved
drinking.
it. Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah. Well, we had a good few beers, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we had a good few beers after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
It was good.
Obviously, there was a few stories the weekend. It was the small matter of Liverpool winning the Premier League. But the big news this week was I got the False 2 in to the TNT show. Obviously, we'll touch on Liverpool winning the league. It was a great achievement. But the biggest achievement of the weekend for me was the False 2 made it into TNT's coverage.
When did you plan to get it in, or did it just happen to fall?
Do you know what happened, right? It was the stars aligned. Caicedo was playing as a right back and drifting into midfield when Chelsea had possession, and Chelsea ended up playing with a back three. And they all just shifted over. He came into midfield, and I was going, it's brilliant to watch. Like it's really interesting way of playing. And I was about to voice that, and I was talking to the producer about how we're going to talk about it at half time. I'd forgot completely about it, but the two producers, shout out to the boys. They said in my ear, almost like a False 2.
No way.
And I've got, oh my God, you've literally reminded me. If there's ever an opportunity to get, because he was genuinely playing as a False 2, and it was very funny to get it in, but it actually really worked for the analysis.
Yeah,
because he was never a fullback; he was playing in midfield.
It was Lindsay and Karen that he was working with, wasn't
Yes,
it?
Lindsay.
Did you tee them up, or did you just say it and they didn't know what was going on?
Well, I'd mentioned it, and Lindsay jumped on it straight away. She was like really on it, yeah, and she managed to get it back in again. So thank you to Lindsay and the team at TNT for allowing me to get False 2 into the conversation. Got a clip of it here, actually.
Suiting Caicedo having Njai on that left-hand side, Peter?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, it's almost like a False 2. We've got a False 9. He's a False 2. He keeps coming to midfield when Chelsea have the ball, but that's leaving a big space out there on the left-hand side when he does do that. And if Everton can move it quickly, he can definitely get Joy down that side.
Lindsay's face.
Love it.
It's a new one.
Chelsea.
It's a new one.
It's a new one. And that's launched.
That's it, mate. I was told to launch it, and it was launched.
Look at the smile on his face as well when he does it.
Very good.
Lindsay starts talking, and then all you can see is you just buzzing. You've managed to get that in.
I'm just thinking. I was just hoping you boys were watching it live.
Oh, it's so good.
Fantastic.
Well done.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to be the first or last.
No, definitely not.
We'll get some more in.
So Liverpool's won the league, which makes the Premier League, nothing now compared to our Friday pod league.
Well, no, not at all. I mean, listen, congratulations to Liverpool, best team in the league by a country mile. I'm struggling a little bit here in our league. It's, I got the 1 point again. Obviously, Liverpool Spurs. I've said 4-1. We all fancied goals. We all fancied Liverpool to win.
Yeah.
Chris went 3-0. You went 5-0.
Well, I went 5 first, and I think you lot laughed at me, and as if to say, like, you're crazy. And I just thought, it was going to be party time, and it was.
Yeah, well, it ended up 5-1, so none of us won, but we all got a point. But Sid, you got all three of them correct. Not the correct score, but the correct results.
Yeah.
The teams. So you got 3 points. Chris got 2, and I got the 1. So that leaves me on 58, Chris on 60, and Sid's on 62.
I've got a decent little Michael Buffer there, haven't I?
You have.
Michael Buffer. What's the crack with him? With the boxing, I was seeing that last weekend. So he owns the phrase, am I right?
Yeah, he must.
But I'm worried. Have we said this before? If you say it, he'll come sue you. I'm not quite sure how it works. Like, he owns the phrase, so only he can say it.
Surely he can only say in a boxing ring. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only
I'm sure he
with
can
it.
say on a podcast.
I'm sure. Well, yeah, Anton Deck had a song called "Let's Get Ready to Rumble."
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So it's all fine.
I've watched them perform that.
Have you actually?
Recently, yeah.
What, in a private setting?
Yeah, in a few beers, yeah.
I just read them.
All of a sudden, no, genuinely, yeah, they got up and sang it.
Did they go into the dance?
No,
To go.
no, and it actually wasn't Ant, it was just Deck.
Ah.
Yeah.
Was he looking for a partner?
Yeah, I mean, I was, I do know the words.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that was interesting. It's
That's huge.
Good evening.
Did it work with just one of them? I can't imagine.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It brought the house down.
Of course it did.
Brought the house down.
But yeah, with the boxing, like the idea that he goes out and gets paid, I assume millions to turn up at a fight, do the phrase.
Yep.
Is that arguably one of the best paid jobs in sport for really what it is? He has to do nothing from what I can see apart from turn up and announce the names.
Yeah, gets flown globally.
I wonder if he actually even watches the fight. Like sometimes, like, when we played, like, say, the FA Cup final, you play for a game for England, and someone does the national anthem, and they come and they sing, they've usually got like a ball gown on, and they come and sing the national, and then they just get off. Like, I wonder if he even watches the fight.
How good would that be if he just does that and literally just walks straight out the venue?
Straight off.
And just
Doesn't like boxing.
Gets a flight.
Thing is, I don't know how he's developed this career, but I just think in sport, it must be one of the highest paid jobs, really, for what it is.
I've got a feeling it used to be like £1 million. He was on £1 million.
That's what I mean. I don't know if that's an old wives' tale, but it's just £1 million. But even the way he says, and the millions around the world, like, it is a great little phrase he's got.
But what is that? Is that like every stadium announcer in the UK? That's the dream, isn't it? To say a little catchphrase that means, and then you copyright or trademark it, and then that's just your thing moving forward. Do you think every stadium announcer on every league of football wants to buffer it?
Yeah,
really,
they've got their own. They've definitely got their own niche, their own little.
At Watford we have. We have enjoy the game. That was it for a bit. That was I think when
like,
Richard Short was
like Martin Tyler, isn't it? And it's live.
Yeah, great.
He had that, like, for instance.
Now, if he trademarked that and got paid per time he said that, then I reckon there's different ones with different football clubs as well.
There is, because when we was at Reading, the guy, he was superb. And the last thing he used to say, and it actually reminds me of, Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, and he does that, like he's screaming.
Yeah.
The guy at Reading used to say, make some noise and back the boy. Honestly, literally. And he'd go, come on, you arse. And everyone just go, wow. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is good.
Let us know your particular club's one. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, just on the boxing quickly. Did you notice the, normally it's the ring person.
Ring person.
A ring operative.
Did you see them the other night? Did you see who it was? It was lookalikes.
No, it wasn't.
Have you not seen it?
Really?
What? Oh yeah, it was a lookalike for every.
Of what?
Like we're round one, round two.
What, so like
a David Beckham one. When
do you know what I saw?
Ed Sheeran
I have
one.
seen it. The Ed Sheeran one. I actually thought it was Ed Sheeran.
I did as well. Yeah. They was going in and holding the cards up. I thought at one point
wonder why I've been there, because I saw a video clip of them all walking in together.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is going on here?
I don't know why. I don't know what the thing was. I just thought I'd bring it up. But
Very quickly on the boxing as well. Where do you stand on this? So it's obviously at the Tottenham Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Majestic is in charge of the music and all of
I
that.
see this.
Now I've seen a video which he's distanced himself from this particular moment because he's a Tottenham fan, so didn't want to do it himself. So I think it ended up just getting pumped through the stadium. One of the fighters
on the undercard,
the undercard has come out to the Arsenal
North London
song,
Forever.
North London Forever.
But
how's that allowed?
He's right behind the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium sign.
Exactly. And it's obviously planned, and I'm just amazed.
Yeah.
How's that slip through the net? Like, seriously.
Yeah, and I think he was causing uproar. Apparently, wasn't he? Saying, "I'm not. If I don't play it, I'm not coming out." Like, he stood his ground, and then they was like, "Okay."
But if you're in someone's house, you can't.
Yeah.
I don't think you can allow it. I think it's more annoying that Tottenham or someone there has either missed it or allowed
they
it.
wouldn't, but they're not going to be happy, are they? They're not.
I remember going to watch Amir Khan at the MEN Arena in Manchester when I was at Liverpool, and we came in late and we had ringside tickets, and it was like Gerrard, Risa, me, I remember like 4 or 5 of us, and we came in late in Manchester. And we went to walk to our seats, and oh my God, absolute pelters. Pelters.
Oh, really? No. Oh, no.
What, it's a load of scousers in Manchester, like, for the fight.
Did they show you up on the big screen and that?
Yeah, I think they must have come on a big screen or something. And I remember walking to our seats going,
Yeah, well, there's only one way to get there, and you've got to go through everyone to get there.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal. But yeah, we all took it in our stride.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, Liverpool winning the league. Great performance against Tottenham. Great way to do it at Anfield. But there was another thing that happened. It was a VAR in the spotlight again. Evan Nilsson quite obviously slipped over. It never a red card for me. Even Alan Smith on the commentary was like, never a red card. You can blatantly see he slipped. I was saying it at home. And then obviously he was given a yellow. VAR looked at it, sent off, and now they've rescinded it. But Bournemouth at the time 1-0 up, and they end up drawing the game.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, aside from suspensions, what does rescinding a card do? Like that's not an appropriate response, is it? You need to almost. I think if a card gets rescinded, there almost needs to be some sort of compensation, because that's not level. If you lose a player for that game, you can't just have a sorry, we got it wrong.
Yeah.
Especially when it was VAR,
And especially if it's actually changed the result as well, wasn't it?
Well, they were under the cosh massively after the sending off. It's like slapping someone in the face and saying sorry after, isn't it?
yeah.
Literally. Sorry about that. Even though you've meant to do it.
What could they do to...
But I don't know what they could do, because they can't obviously reward a goal or change the result, which... But it just doesn't feel balanced to me that you just rescind the red card. It's like there's been damage done.
Yeah.
It's compensated.
I think all we're looking at there is the fact that it shouldn't make that mistake. It was in 1 second I said we slipped. And I think it's
you're saying it should have even got to the point.
I just think it was obvious that he slipped over.
Yeah.
So is the mistake at that point, because this is where it's interesting, right? Is it the mistake at that point the fact that they went to VAR for it?
And got it wrong. No, I think they can go to VAR, but then they've got it wrong.
But the second VAR speak to the ref, there is always this situation which makes their brain. I mean, and I might be talking out of turn, but I do think it makes you biased towards the idea that you need to see something and a suggestion, therefore, that there is something wrong.
Yeah.
So you are biased from that point, aren't you? I mean, you can't not be, because otherwise VAR would have just gone, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, everyone knows in the stands, everyone knows that if he's been told to go and look at the monitor, the decision's getting changed.
Yeah.
But then does it need to be a VAR interjects? They need to take responsibility for a call.
Yeah, but it never ever works out that way, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And it's wrong that. And I guess this is the well-trodden ground in perhaps what is an issue with VAR that they're just not going to be able to work out.
Yeah, just before we go into the games, there has been a few rumours about Jurgen Klopp potentially taking over at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Which is not the rest that he had kind of billed it as.
I just don't think he's won for rest. Like, look at Pep. I think they're just born to just be involved. They need it at the start, but they just get dragged back in.
It must hurt him a little bit. I know that obviously publicly he won't say that.
What, Liverpool win the league?
Yeah, it must. And he sees Arne Slot, like. And in front of the Kop, like it was quite emotional. I thought, like watching them all lined up in front of the Kop, like he's kind of looking at them, going, "That's my team." That must. I don't care who you are. That hurts.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I should be there.
Is it like leaving someone and saying, "I'm never going to get with anyone ever again"? To make them feel a bit better. Then you see they're actually doing all right. So you go, "Oh, well, better hop on."
Yeah. Hop on.
Well, you know what I mean? Just sort of move on with this.
Move on. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, it's not ideal, is it? You see your missus thriving with a new fella.
Oh, yeah.
It's not
but maybe
watching
what he
from
wanted
afar.
to do is initially ease the pain and just say, "Look, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna do anything like that. So don't worry about all that." Liverpool have gone and done fantastic, and maybe he's not. It's not an upset thing. He's there nodding his head, going, "They're okay now. They're fine. They don't need me.
Yeah,
They don't need." So you can move on a bit quicker than expected.
Yeah, it's a little bit quicker than expected.
Is. A nod of approval.
Just before we move on from that discussion, Arne Slot. Have you heard this recently? You know, Arne's not his name.
Oh, I did hear this.
Do you know this?
No.
It's blowing people's minds. Aaron Martin Slot.
Yeah.
So his name's Aaron Slot.
Aaron Slot.
Yeah. Which actually means eagle, I believe, in Holland. I don't know, maybe it's not Holland, but it's definitely, I think it might be in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Well, so he's actually a bald eagle.
The bald eagle.
Which I thought Jim Smith was the bald eagle.
He was the original bald eagle,
So
wasn't
he's Jim Smith reincarnated.
So what's he done there? Just rebranded for stage name?
His nickname's Arna. So yeah, it's blown a few people's minds that didn't know that.
great.
Some staunch Liverpool fans as well that didn't know.
Yeah, they won't fast. They're not fast about it.
Well, talking about Liverpool, this next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power. It's Chelsea versus Liverpool. It's the big weekend fixture. Believe it or not, Chelsea are favourites in this match. 7-5. Liverpool already won the league. I think they're on the beach already by the sounds of it. Liverpool 7-4. So it's quite tight, but I'm surprised at that, even though...
Is it because of what Chelsea potentially are playing for?
Of course, they're playing for the Champions League. They're in with a shot.
They are. They've got a tough run in. They're still in Europe. This game will be played on Sunday because Chelsea would have played. We were recording before the game, but Chelsea would have played Thursday night in Europe.
Yeah.
So, which I'm surprised Chelsea are favourites. I know they're at home, but Jackson scored the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, but I was at the game, Sids, and Everton were in it till the very death.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer looks like he's struggling a little bit. I think there's something in his head a little bit, just with not scoring. This is 16 games now he's not scored for. Might be 17.
Did I see the other day that Nicholas Jackson, that was his first goal in 4 months?
Yeah, he was struggling for a goal as well.
Someone, I had friends that was at the game, and they've said it the last few home games, it just feels like from the fans that they're just waiting for a mistake or the other team to score. Like you can feel there's like a bit of nerves.
Oh, there's an undercurrent. They're not happy with the manager at the moment. Having said that, they needed that win big time. It keeps them in the hunt. Madueke was unplayable, I thought, at times.
Really, yeah.
Caicedo. Trevor Chalobah did really well.
Yeah.
He's done well.
He's
come back.
Defender. And the Force 2 as well.
Yeah. And they're playing for something. And the Falls too, of course.
Yeah.
But they're playing for something at the moment. So I don't know how you see it going.
Do you know what? I mean, look, Chelsea are playing for Europe and Liverpool, I think when you get in that purple patch, you just ride the wave. You just, I think, when ones where I think they could have gone on the piss from Sunday night to next Sunday.
Someone said that to me, though. Someone said that to me, they're going to be on the piss and, this and that. I'm looking around the team, right? I don't know.
No, I'm not saying they will be.
No, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's the same now.
No, no, of course not. I'm not saying that they will be at all. But I'm just saying when you're just riding the wave and you're playing well and it's just everything's going great, it just all falls into place. I think Liverpool could just, I don't know. This is going to be tight. What's what are the people saying, Chris?
The people are saying, most people are still going Liverpool, I would say. Big shout out to Nicola Goodwin, says regards to your families. It's gone for a Chelsea win, actually, Nicola has. We've got Alex Forsyth, Harry Scott, Miles DeBooze.
Miles DeBooze.
Great name. He's going for a Liverpool win. Yeah, it's quite mixed, actually. I think I'm going to take a bit of a risk with this one.
Interesting.
Oh, it gets exciting. Thing is, there's only a couple of points in it.
Are you going to go then? Do you want to go now?
I'm happy for one of you to go first.
2-0 Liverpool.
2-0 Liverpool. Okay, I'm going to go for a Liverpool win. And I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
You're going to go for a Chelsea win, are you?
I'm going to go for a Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1.
I knew you was going to go for the draw.
Why? A horny draw?
Yeah.
But that's quite exciting for this game, don't you?
Yeah. I was going to...
What do you do? Is 1-0 doing them a disservice goals-wise? Or doing them a disservice goals?
Well, they've got every chance.
A few people are saying a horny draw for this one.
Really?
Everything about it makes me want to go Liverpool win. But...
It's boring as well, isn't it, really, if we've done that.
Yeah, okay. I'll go 1-1.
Okay, we've also got the Paddy's Boost. We pick a leg of the Crouch Pod Bet Builder. The odds on that Bet Builder will then be boosted by 20% and put on the Paddy Power website and app. I'm going to go for a player to be carded. The Fogs 2, Caicedo.
Chris?
Shall I go player to score or assist? And I'll go for Mo Salah.
Obvious, yeah, I like that. I'm going okay. Player to be fouled one or more times, Cole Palmer.
Okay, needs a goal. Cole Palmer. Odds are correct at time recording. Please gamble responsibly. Okay, guys, this is a pretty good part to stop the pod and hear a word from our sponsors. Whilst these ads are on, don't forget to share the pod with someone that you think will enjoy hearing three blokes trying to give cutting-edge football analysis after a few shandies down a Chumber 1 bar. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, don't be a Carl. Hit subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Right, moving on to the early kickoff. Villa versus Fulham. I'll be here actually at this one. I'm looking forward to it. Two teams I've really enjoyed watching this season.
Yeah.
Villa especially.
Both got things to play for, haven't they? Europe.
Yeah, they certainly have. And Villa have only lost once in the Premier League at home this season. They've been brilliant, really.
Is that true?
Yeah, once.
They've lost once.
They have been formidable under Emery at home.
That's awesome.
I actually didn't realise it was as good as that. That is very, very good. Mind you, they wasn't great in the FA Cup on the weekend. That was a bit of a disappointment. Palace beat them.
That was a disappointment. You think about it, like, what an opportunity for... I mean, no, it was an opportunity for both teams, and Palace have been brilliant this season as well, but, you know, Villa would be kicking themselves there. Real opportunity to win some silverware, you would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So that could... I would assume the way that Unai Emery is, he would have had an on it this week, getting back on track, because they got a great chance of getting top 5 Villa for Champions League, and Fulham I believe they can get 8th position, up to 8th position, which is European football next season. But if Crystal Palace win the FA Cup, I believe it then only goes down to 7.
Right, okay.
They will just miss out 8th position, but still there to play for. Good game this. I think this is going to be a good game, open game. Villa Park, lovely pitch as always. This is tough.
Go on then.
I'm going to go for a Aston Villa win. It'd be interesting if Rashford's back, because he missed the weekend. Ollie Watkins played.
He was at the boxing.
He was at the boxing, yeah. I'm going to go for an Aston Villa win, and I'm going to go for a 2-0.
Okay.
Aston Villa. I don't like doing it against... I mean, they're both my former clubs, but sorry, Fulham.
I'm going to go missionary on this one. I'm going to go Aston Villa 2, Fulham 1.
Horny to
dissimilar. Not dissimilar.
I'm going to go for a ding-dong battle. 3-2 to Villa.
Comes in.
The 5-goal point bonus comes into play here.
This could be huge.
This could be a 4-pointer in one game.
I quite like that. That's potentially massive.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah. Well, you've got to put your neck on the line.
I do a bit.
It's getting to that point, because weeks are running out.
Certainly. I'm excited by that. And I'll be at the game as well, which will be really exciting for me.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. Moving on to Manchester City versus Wolves. Now, Wolves have scored in their last 13 matches. They've changed. They've really picked up, I have to say.
Yeah.
Vitor Pereira's done a fantastic job,
Brilliant.
right?
Do you see the clip of him going into the pub
Yeah.
with the fans?
I did, yeah.
How good was that?
Have you seen it?
No.
He's done it a few times.
Yeah.
And someone asked him after, said, you won again today? Will you be down the pub? He said, always.
How good is that? So good. Brilliant. It's like Sean Dyche done it before, didn't he?
Yeah.
Once, in a pub in Burnley.
Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't aware that pub in Burnley's named after Dyche.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Class is
The
that?
Dyche Arms or something?
I think so.
This is at Man City, isn't it? I believe. And
Yeah.
I mean, you'd like to think they're going to secure top 5, wouldn't you? You'd like to think so.
Yeah, I think they look kind of back to their, not to the best, but they've definitely picked up since the, in recent games they've been better.
So
6 wins on the trot for Wolves.
yeah.
I know all the teams that they've played have been below them, but still Still got to do it,
they're
haven't you?
causing problems.
And we were miles off it at the start of the season.
Causing problems. But they are up against Man City. And when Man City are cooking, they're one of the best.
Yeah, but it's still missing Haaland. Big blow for them.
De Bruyne. What do you reckon about that?
Yeah, so what exactly has he said? Because I think it's quite hard keeping across on
He's
social.
basically said he still feels like he can play at the very, very top level.
Yeah. But he basically said, so if a team, it would need to be a team that can demonstrate the right project.
Yeah. Which means he can go anywhere. But I'm just thinking if to the remainder of the season, he's still going to want to go out on a high, show people. I mean, I don't know whether he said it's already been sorted out where he's going to go possibly, but you'd like to think he's going to just put in a bit of an extra shift.
I saw a picture of him in a Villa shirt that someone had obviously mocked up. That'd be pretty special.
That would be special.
Yeah.
Would they be able to afford his wages?
Don't know. I mean, they seem to be, don't
places,
they?
Aren't they?
That's what I'm saying. They're not messing about.
Yeah.
That would be big. Yeah.
That's a project.
Yeah, okay.
I've just thrown.
So Crouchy's announcing.
I've thrown one in there.
Exclusive, everyone.
Well, you're up at Villa Park. Maybe just try and find out.
I'll find out.
Speak to the right people.
Have a word, just whisper in his ear.
I will do. Yeah. The Bruyne is available.
Okay. What do you fancy this one?
What do I fancy in this one? This is a difficult one for me.
Man City versus Wolves.
Man City feel quite missionary at the moment in just how they're going about it. Dispatched the FA Cup, I thought. Just full City. They've won 2-1 3 times in their last 6 or 7 games, I think it is.
Being a full missionary.
You're going to go for another one.
It's really missionary.
Well,
Wolves' last 2 defeats have been 2-1.
And that being said, Wolves have scored in 13 successful matches in all competitions. So
I think we should declare a rule here that you can't go 2-1 in this fixture.
Why?
Because it's obviously going to be 2-1. It's saying it that City have won by a 2-1 scoreline 3 times in that period.
Fine.
Wolves' last 2 defeats have been 2-1. Think it's too easy.
I'm going to go 3-1.
wow, you horrible person.
I'm going missionary plus.
Missionary plus.
I would, Joe. What I was so going to go 3-1 as well. You killer. Oh gosh.
There's only so many scores you can go for now.
What shit rule I've just brought in?
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go for a 3-2 thriller.
Oh, yeah, 3-2 thriller. City win
for
it.
Man City.
All right, 2-0 to City. Right, everyone, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your sport. Enjoy your football. We'll do some messages now, shall we? Okay, lads. Good evening, Crouchy from Bahrain, Bonfire Bollocks and the BBQC Plus. First of all, regards to your families. Got a podcast double for you here. Attending the promotion party, final game of Leeds season at home last night, I was sat 2 rows behind a gentleman with a Leeds shirt and the name Thundernuts. And I believe the number was 69, although I couldn't get a clear view of the number. There is a picture attached. So here's the picture here. God. He's behind the goal. Thundernuts. I mean, is that an older gentleman?
It is hard to tell.
It looks like
a grey hair.
Potentially a 69.
Thundernuts. What is it?
I'd love to know what the story is there. Like whether that was his choice or if it's some sort of...
If anyone knows Thundernuts?
Someone's got to know Thundernuts. Thundernuts in Leeds.
See you in the Prem next season. William Michael Edward Holmes. That's the full name for Chris Stark's benefit. I enjoyed that name. It's a lovely name, isn't it?
Great name.
Old school.
The other thing I saw the other day, I can't remember what game I was watching. It's going to annoy me. But I'll tell you what it was. It was Watford against Blackburn, and I had the TV still on afterwards, and the coverage kept going, and it was the players all walking around with their families because it's the last day of the season, or the last home game. Yeah. And it's quite nice because, you know, families are coming out and their kids, and I noticed that a lot of the wives or girlfriends were going around applauding the crowd as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
And I thought, I was like, that's a funny situation, isn't it? Because I get it from the player's point of view that they're obviously applauding, thanks for the support. But the idea that your wife or girlfriend also comes around applauding and they're getting applauded back from the stands, I'm not against it. I just
very much like, thanks for supporting my husband.
Yeah. I guess it's
think-
the ultimate showing of regards to your families, isn't it?
Yeah, or maybe,
yeah.
that is true.
Maybe they're passing the pod. You know what I mean, it's like, you know, because I think we're bringing this into the mainstream now. You know, football fans are regarding their families now.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, isn't it?
Right, so this next one, Sid, is the motivational speech. So
Jeez.
because you're our kind of motivational speaker, I feel like you should do this one.
What is this one then? Hi, Crouchy, Bonfire and the BBQC. Regards to your families. Not football related, but I heard you did a motivational talk on the pod recently. And me and my mates have just formed a new golf society called Operation Putting Green and heading to Spain in May for our first trip. There will be some sore heads on the first tee box the first day. So I was wondering if you could do a motivational speech for us to get up for this. All the best, James, a.k.a. the chairman.
Okay, so they've got a golf society. It's called Putting Green, Operation Putting Green. They're heading to Spain.
That's a funny one, isn't it? Operation Putting Green.
So I imagine they'll probably play on the first day. They'll get, you know, probably have too many that night. I think it's the day 2.
Or it's the travelling day, you know, like out on the Friday night.
I think it's all, for me. I mean, Brits abroad notoriously first day on holiday.
You lay it all on the line.
It's all out,
Yeah.
and people are enjoying themselves to extreme, I would say, and then they're waking up sore heads, and the last thing they want to do is golf. This is where you come in.
It's right on me here. I don't really know what to say to this one. Can I come back to this?
If it helps, I mean, like, I don't know if I can play golf today, mate. Like, it was a big one last night. It was the shots that killed me. I just think if I miss golf today, you know, I could probably come out tonight. But if I play golf, I'll be completely knackered.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going fully in if you say that to me.
Just giving you a bit of
I've got some things noted down. I'm jotting them down. I'm just literally going to put them in order. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back.
Okay, we'll come back.
Release on him, Sid.
No, I'm going to come back.
I am really tired, Sid, and I'm just thinking if I get a little bite to eat on my own.
Let me come back to this feeble creature.
I might just go for like watch a film or something, you know, like for an afternoon nap.
You're not part of our golfing society.
Okay, well, we'll come back to it. Mr. Crouch, Mr. Stark, Mr. Sidwell, and respected families. It's really formal. Following Pancake's recent health scare and his brave actions, I've also had, shall we say, private issues, which I struggled to present to the doctor for examination. But I really am truly glad I did. While sitting alone, waiting to go down for surgery, I present a hospital 11 to keep my mind off the impending bum op. Having proudly policed my back passage as a one-way street for over 60 years, with a strict no entry or even parallel parking policy. The cruel mistress, as we know, Mother Nature, has introduced my arse to all sorts of problems. As Bonfire would describe, without the op, I'm fucked.
I mean, one of the greatest emails I think we've ever received. As a podcast,
I mean, he's going in for surgery on his arse. He said he's protected it for years, and he's just got with an arse 11.
Well, firstly, what is this guy's name? Ray
Fletcher.
Ray. Firstly, you know, regards to you, regards to your family. Thank you for your incredible email. The idea that you've made a hospital 11 whilst all of that is going on is true dedication to the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
And exactly why we do all this nonsense.
Well, he's taking his mind off it, right? He's going through a difficult procedure by the sounds of it.
But well done for sharing this as well. Like, we keep this conversation going throughout this podcast. So I just love that this guy has spent some time on this.
I'll be honest with you, I'm just having a look at some of it. I mean, I don't know. This is on Ray, by the way.
But I think, given his circumstances, he should be in a position to do what and say what he wants here.
He's going in for surgery, right?
Yeah.
This has took his mind off it. And it's a great 11. It's Joe Hart attacking goal.
Just
Kyle Walker frame. Kieran tripped right over. Jamie Redden Sawsack.
That can be a symptom.
Nicky butt plug. Trust me, he says. Trust me.
Oh, go on, Ray.
Oh, God, Ray. Sean, what's the matter? Joan, what's the matter? Darren Stretcher. Steve, sick, not well.
Yeah.
Peter, therapy crouch. Glenn Hobble. And Jimmy Floyd, hassle with me back. Manager is Terry Vendor Tenderballs.
Very tender balls. Yeah, again, another symptom.
He says back stronger. We wish you back stronger, Ray. Great 11 there, mate, and good luck with your surgery.
Yeah. What an email.
that is good. I've just seen this. This is epic.
This is a Vanarama, Sid. That's what this is. And it's a long-time listener, before the swap even. Regards to your families. I'd like to present you with an impossible Vanarama question. Sir Alex, Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola. Good luck. But remember, the special one is active on social media. All the best. Big Cheese, he's called himself.
Yeah. And they are three big cheeses as well, them three. Sir Alex, the special one, and Pep Guardiola.
I've got it. But
Can I just have just 10 seconds? Because I quite like preempting what you go for.
I've got the answer. There's only one answer.
Go on.
Are you saying Sir Alex is driving?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're putting Guardiola in the middle?
No.
No.
You're putting Mourinho in the middle?
You tell me, right? Between Guardiola and Sir Alex, is there a language barrier?
Right.
Right. Do they need a translator? In the middle of that.
That's very clever.
He was once called the translator, and I think obviously he wouldn't be pleased with it. He's an incredible manager in his own right.
Yeah.
But he has done that role before, is what I'm trying to say.
I think you've nailed it. I don't think you'd be happy sitting in the middle, but I think for progression,
There's an option for Pep to be in the middle. 1,000,000%. There's an argument for that. And Mourinho being very dominant as well in that situation.
yeah, I think you've nailed it. I think you've nailed it.
Is there a world where Sir Alex isn't driving?
No, Sir Alex is never in the middle.
He's not in the middle. And I think even as a passenger, it just doesn't seem right, does it?
He's got to be in control of the vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, because it wouldn't just be Sir Alex in the passenger seat. It's the notion of him being in the passenger seat whilst one of those other two drives.
Well, look,
He would never sit there in silence for that.
He's a sir. He needs a throne.
Yeah.
So he's in his
Mourinho
own
is
chair.
the special one, so it does feel weird saying that, but you know that it was once upon a time. He's an incredible manager in his own right up there with the other two.
I think actually, I tell you what I would say. I agree with you. Mourinho in the middle, Pep out the window as a passenger, waving his arms at people. You know,
Get out the
there'll
way.
be all of that.
Yeah.
It'll be like as Sir Alex just turns in left. If a car doesn't quite stop, it'll be all that, like proper road ragey.
Yeah, but I imagine Mourinho to be quite road ragey as well.
I think he would just be smiling in the middle about how wound up Pep is getting.
Really,
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Sir Alex driving them too.
Just think though, like if they actually were going on a big long road trip together, right? Like about the stories, what would they chat? It would be an amazing chat, wouldn't it?
God. Imagine you could make this happen, like rig a van with cameras for Vanarama and actually get them three.
And
in
get
it.
those three in there. Really interesting.
Not a
anyway,
bad idea, that.
I hope we got to the bottom of that for you.
We should try do one live Vanarama. That's actually not a bad idea. So we get a van, right? And it's the cameras in there. The first thing is they've got to argue about where they all sit, and then they come into the van, drive somewhere. Obviously, we're going to struggle. We're going to struggle to get these three, but
Yeah, okay.
We could start a bit lower down the pecking order.
Right, start over down.
Start by starting.
All right. Enjoyed that today, lads. That was really good fun.
Yep.
Regards to your families and good luck for the weekend.
Sids, very quickly before we go, what about the motivational speech we haven't done?
I'm going to go live and direct to James, the chairman of the Operation Putting Green. I'm going to send them a voice note, and they can then literally play that over and over on speaker.
Okay.
So there's no man left behind.
Great.
So it's going to come live and direct.
Lovely. All right. Regards to your families.